What's up, Libra? This is going to be a love reading for the second half of April. This is for my Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus, and for the cross watchers. If you guys enjoy this video, please don't forget to give me a like, throw me a comment, share. It does help out my channel. If you're new here, I put these out every 2 weeks, so don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell if you want to keep up with me as I do. I do offer personal readings. All the info for that's in the description box of the video. There is a wait for a reading with me, guys, so if you want to explore your options, I'd put a link to Mystic Sense, my affiliate, in the description box as well, which is a great company that will offer you access to lots of amazing psychics and readers all over the world at any given time. So check them out if you feel called to do so. If you go through the link I provided, they're going to give you your first 5-minute reading free. And if you want to follow me on TikTok or Instagram, I put the links to those in the description box as well. Now, Libra, I'm going to do a person on your mind. How do they feel about you? Then how do you feel about them? Then the projected potential outcome for the second half of April. Bearing in mind that outcomes can do and will shift for you depending on your state, who you identify as, and that version of you that you are embodying out of infinite versions, and the version that you are selecting of said specific person and circumstances that you are selecting out of infinite that exist at one time. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, please do go and look at the law of assumption, which I incorporate into my readings. Everything on the outside is a reflection of you. It's you pushed out. So, and then it will drive your thoughts, your actions, your inactions, your reactions, your assumptions, your choices. So said selections. And this is a reading based on one timeline. And just to check in, so anything can be shifted and changed. Okay, guys? All right, Libra, person on your mind, how do they feel about you? As we move into the second half of April, I saw High Priestess and I've seen the Emperor card. Some of you are dealing with a husband or a father figure, or that could be what's playing into it, maybe on your end, and the Hanged Man and the Seven of Wands. So something seems to be in suspension, or there's been a pause. Let me have a look. Okay, the Justice card. Wow, Libra, there you are. That's you showing up. 5 of Wands in the reverse. The Moon. Okay, Libra, how does this person feel about you? Something here that needs to maybe be balanced out or made right. There's been some conflict or some tension here, and this person seems to want to get past that. There could be an element of outside energies that could be in the mix here as well. Moon card as well tells me that maybe there's been lack of clarity, or for some of you, an element of secrecy, but I'll get more details on it. Which could have caused conflict or tension between you and this person, or just the lack of clarity. The Moon card's also like subconscious stuff coming up, like there could have been a lot of reactivity between you and this person coming from a place of fear or avoidance or something. Let me have a look. King of Wands and the Four of Cups in the reverse. This person is attracted to you, Libra, and wants to, I feel, make something right, or feels like something should be balanced out between the two of you, and wants to come out of this sort of Four of Cups is disappointment, potentially emotional rejection. So either this person has made you feel that way and they want to make it right, or vice versa, they're hoping that you want to balance it out with them and make something right. Let me have a look at this Moon card. Why do we have the Moon? Knight of Wands and the Page of Cups, Libra, and then we've got Queen of Cups. So Libra, there seems to be a lot of emotion here, a lot of attraction and love, but it seems that it's been a little bit hot and cold, quote unquote, stop start. The reason why I do quote unquote, guys, is, as I've said to you, I incorporate law of assumptions. This is one timeline and one version of events, and why I don't like labels, and you can call me whatever you like or say it's controversial, I don't really give a fuck, is because the version of the connection and the way someone is showing up is one version. And so, you know, potentially this has been hot and cold in and out, but it's like the particular version, okay? So the hot and cold is just an experience in the current 3D. Circumstances don't really matter. Anyway, there's been an element of fear maybe playing into this, or secrecy regarding outside energies, which don't have to be romantic, guys. Like, it could be competing interests, family, friends, marriage and divorce and legal matters could be playing into this, right? It's caused a bit of a stop-start energy. And children also could be playing into this, because there's a Page of Cups here. But there's this element of rejection or disappointment that this person wants to come out of, and they want to balance things out. They want things to be just. They want things to be made right. Look at this Knight of Wands, please, Spirit. Why do we have Knight of Wands? I mean, a lot of attraction. Maybe there's been disappointment in the heart space. You know, you could be dealing with a situation where there's been a bit of emotional avoidance. Six of Cups. I mean, Knight of Wands, Six of Cups, Ace of Wands. This person definitely, look, this is about passion, and this person is hoping, I think, to reignite passion with you. You could have a history of a lot of passion with this person, or this person's nostalgic about the chemistry that you experience with one another. And like I said, wanting to come out of what's like blocking this that causes tension. I mean, Five of Wands in the reverse, 10 of Wands in the reverse, wanting to release baggage related to the situation, something that's been weighing on the situation. Judgment card, this person wants to have a second chance, to come back round. This is also accountability. So accountability maybe for something that has been unjust, right? Like that's the Judgment card. Or there's been maybe like on-off indecision here. Five of Wands can be competing interests. Doesn't have to be romantic, right? But it's like a lot of this person could, there's responsibilities, Libra, like something's weighing on this connection, and that's caused stop-start, maybe indecision. Wheel of Fortune, this person feels like there's something destined between you and them, and they hope it to shift for the better. High Priestess, I think I saw that when I was shuffling. But High Priestess, intuitive bond. Some of you go in and out, hot and cold silence with this person, and there's a defensive energy, right? Because there's been conflict here. Like a defensiveness, right? And that could be due to outside pressures, fears, limiting beliefs, right? This is sometimes like the subconscious. It's caused heartbreak and separation between the two of you. So some of you are not speaking, or you're separated from this person, or there's a lot of defensiveness related to heartache that's caused like a block, not necessarily between the two of you, but like if there's been, say, past marriage divorce, or old wounds, like Four of Cups is a rejection wound, then there's a defensiveness, and then that's like weighing on the situation. I can see no lack of chemistry, and there is some, you know, there's an emotional bond here, but something's definitely thrown this off balance, and then maybe outside energies have also played into it, or otherwise this is really just tension, or feeling like, you know, Five of Wands maybe trying to, like, either this person feels like they have to fight for your attention, or vice versa, or both of you. Now, guys, when I read into how they feel about you, it's relevant for context on this current timeline. If you want to change the situation, you don't even need to worry about it. You can go away. Look at coaches. I always recommend Manifesting with Kimberly, Sammy Ingram, Kim Velez, Dylan James. Circumstances don't matter, and nothing to change but self. This person's not a robot. They have their own story and feelings and history and whatever, but you have still selected said situation, said version of connection, said version of person, and there's infinite versions of you and infinite versions of them existing all at once. This is why circumstances don't matter. You are limitless. Nothing's impossible. You can manifest anything, but this is the current energy. And even on the current timeline, whilst there seems to be some fears, or there's been an element for a small portion of you, there's hurt feelings and defensiveness, because there's this sort of distrust, because High Priestess and Moon can be when we feel like someone is secretive, whether that's founded or unfounded. Five of Wands can be like this sort of feeling of like there's competition. Now, you both could feel that way, and that could be due to an old wound, like a Four of Cups, a rejection wound, and that causes hot and cold behavior, or maybe the in and out behavior creates that assumption, guys, like, you know, if there's fears like avoidance, like, you know, what we call stop, start, or hot and cold, maybe this person's making assumptions that, you know, they have certain behavior patterns, then you make certain assumptions and you have certain behavior patterns, and maybe the underlying story is a fear of outside competition or something like that. Do you get where I'm going with this, guys? The oracle cards will reveal more, but High Priestess, there is an intuitive bond. There's also this element of things feeling a little bit like the unknown and lack of clarity, and there's some hurt feelings and maybe old heartbreak connected to the two of you that weighs on the situation, or between the two of you, or both. But the Judgment cards have come back around. Ace of Wands is passion again, and they want success with you. Six of Wands, they definitely want your attention. And you've built groundwork with this person, Seven of Pentacles. But there's trust issues, Seven of Swords. Okay, so either this person feels that they can't trust you, or there's an avoidance here, or they've done something that's created trust issues between the two of you, or they've carried old trust issues and wounds into this situation, and it causes them to start. Like I said, a lot of passion, Libra, but at the same time, defensiveness, standoffishness. I just looked up 1111 on the recording thing, because there's a coldness here, Libra. Now, that's air sign energy. For some of them, they think you're cold, and your coldness, and I'm not excusing anything, guys, and honestly, like, you don't need to take crappy versions of people. And also, this is just for context, because like I said, there's always two sides to the story, but also it's irrelevant. If you want to go away and you want to re-script this, you need to select new version of you and new version of them, and the coaches will help you do that. But there's a coldness, a detached kind of an energy, but then I also still see love. So it's a little bit weird, Libra. It's in and out. It's, you know, there's some trust issues, there's passion, but then there's also like Seven of Swords, maybe a bit of avoidance as well. Or avoidance of like speaking the truth about feelings, or avoiding dealing with like fears, I think, with the Moon card. Let me see about this King of Swords. Nine of Swords, there's anxiety, and Five of Pentacles. There's fears of abandonment here, Five of Pentacles. And that can be because the Moon is our subconscious. So this is like maybe reactivity that's coming from a place of like feeling left out in the cold due to fears of abandonment that are then being projected. And this could be literally mirroring. This could be ping-ponged back and forth between the two of you, and it's not blame game. I'm just telling you guys, like, you know, and you don't need to worry if this person's going to change or heal. Or on my channel, guys, sorry, and you can go to another channel, I'm not into victim consciousness. I want to empower you guys to not throttle the mirror and blame the situation. If you want it differently, if you want to manifest this, you can have it differently. You don't need to wait for this person to heal or deal with, you know, their past, or their behaviors need to change for you to want them, or whatever. Like, you need to shift into new identity, which is already available for you. If you feel like this person is quote unquote hot and cold, then you need to be in the version of a person that receives consistency, feels safe in love, is loved in return. Have those assumptions because you're embodying that state, and then you don't stay anchored into old version of self and old assumptions about person and keep going round and round, and they will absolutely shift for you. You can also manifest and affirm that they are X, Y, and Z, guys. So have a look into it. So we've got Scorpio energy, we've got you, Libra, we've got Pisces. Yep, so let's look at your side of the story, okay, Libra? And what you feel about them as we move through second half of April. Eight of Cups. Part of you feels like you want to walk away from this, or you feel they've turned their back and walked away from you. Strength card, ego battles, Four of Cups. It's this Four of Cups thing, and then you've got King of Cups, King and Queen of Cups, mutual love, but then there's also a mutual rejection, Libra. Okay, now again, up to you. If you say, well, fuck this person, I don't want them, then that's totally fine, guys. And this reading doesn't have to be for everyone. But if you're feeling rejected, you can change the story. I also saw Knight of Cups, because for some of you, the ones for whom this resonates and they want this person, you also have genuine emotion for this person. Empress. Okay, Libra. So part of you sees potential for growth. Some of you children are playing into this, or there's a wanting maybe to have children that's coming, you know, into the situation. We have the Star card. There's a wound here. There's a hope with the Star card, but there's a wound and there's a wall. And there's also a wound that needs to be healed with the Star card, right? 5 of Wands. So Libra, how are you feeling? This person has 5 of Wands in the reverse. They want to get past the conflict. And if there's outside energies that have been interfering, they want to get rid of that. You feel this sense of competition and you feel like there's outside energies interfering and you're wounded and there's a block or a guard. And then on the other hand, you still have hope for this. Let's look, 9 of Swords. So you both have 9 of Swords, Libra. You see why I do it this way, just to give you context on their side of the story. But also you can go away and take control of matters and shift things. But you both have anxiety and 3 of Pentacles, and you both have the Moon, Libra. They're mirroring. So there's mutual shadow stuff coming up. Mutual rejection feeling, mutual sense of like having to compete, struggle element, 3 of Pentacles. Some of you, you know, there's a feeling like this person's not on the same page, not cooperating with you, fears, feeling of like secrecy, like, you know, there could be suspicion here with the Moon card. Let me see about this 9 of Wands. Queen of Swords, Libra. You've got King and Queen of Swords. Gosh, this has come out a lot. In a lot of the readings, we've had King and Queen of Swords. There's a lot here around conversation. You know, we're in Mercury retrograde at the moment, guys. So there's a lot, whilst that's kind of a weird time where there can be misunderstandings, it's also a good time to slow down and think about how we want to redo the way that we think, the way that we communicate. And this is about truth and honesty and clarity. This is also when things are out of balance, can be very harsh energy. So maybe this is the history that you have with this person, because there's a lot of this reactivity and fear and like maybe some confusion, but this is very shadow. Yeah, Libra, you're mirroring one another. 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles. Like you both feel left out in the cold. So you could feel this person quite cold. They could feel like you're quite cold. So again, guys, if you want to break the cycle, for those of you that want to, you have to not stay anchored into old timeline, old version of self, an old version of this person. And like, this is where I give you the power back. You can blame or whatever. But if you want to take full accountability that your outside is just a reflection of state and what you are selecting, then you can change things. You can have like something else, okay? This is just a check-in and you don't give a shit. But the point of the matter is, if you do want things to change here, there's a fear of abandonment, there's a fear of rejection, there's a fear of outside energies and competition, which always comes down to not feeling like you're enough. And so Libra, if you want to flip the switch and you want to manifest this in, you've got to look at changing, selecting new version of Libra that already exists out of the infinite versions, that doesn't have this wound and a belief that you're not enough, or that you're rejected, or that people leave you, or abandonment, or whatever it is. Select new version because it exists, and then make new assumptions because you will make assumptions from the place, from that version, whatever version you're embodying, and the outside has to conform. And then it's easier also then to affirm and make new assumptions about person. So you can manifest anything, guys. If you feel like things are wrong and you've been, wronged in some way, guys, and a lot of the time I get in the comments, that's a narc and that's a this, well, then I'm sorry, then don't take them. And also then, as I said, fuck it. Like, it's just, or it's not your reading or whatever. 5 of Pentacles. So what else do you feel for this person? Ace of Pentacles, the Chariot card. Some of you are very focused on your career and work, or you're traveling for work, or there's distance between you and this person. There's a focus on finances and career. 3 of Pentacles also came out. So maybe that's been a competing interest. For some of you, you want to move forward and there's, commit to someone else, and that's part of the struggle. Five of Wands. You just want to let this go and you want to move forward onto another commitment. And for others of you, you actually do, you'd like to have a solid commitment with this person, but there's been a lot of this in, out, and fears and reactivity to one another. So as I said, Libra, your choice. And you can manifest anything. If you want to be in another commitment, Libra, absolutely. But focus on the story here and the wound that's coming up, because you don't want to move forward with old version that has beliefs and assumptions, right, about who are you identifying as? What version of Libra that gets chosen, loved, has that commitment, the stability and all of that, right? That's what's being shown to you with the moon and the moon. This person is a mirror. They have their own set of beliefs. It's the version that you have selected. No one has free will in your reality, guys. It's your reality. You're the god of your reality. Now, you can also go and have another experience. That's totally fine. Don't need to entertain this person at all if you don't want. But you also can change them. They're just going to show up according to the reflection of who you're identifying as, who you believe yourself to be, and how you assume them to be, okay? That's how I want to read, okay? Let's have a look. Yeah, avoidance. There's avoidance. Spiritual attack, divine intervention, facing their demons. Yeah, there's a lot of this shadow stuff, guys. How does this person feel about Libra, or what are their intentions as we move through second half of April? Gosh, testing you, immature, analyzing you. Wow, okay, defensiveness and stuff is what's coming up, testing you. So there could be a bit of this tit for tat kind of energy. We've got twin flame, runner, chaser. I'm going to tell you guys, not necessarily, like, my advice is not to go down that hole where I do think there's a spiritual connection, twin flame or no twin flame. I talked a lot about mirroring, and I think that no one to change but self regardless. So there could be an intense attraction here. And if you want this to shift and you want this person, and you're getting this runner chaser thing, because I am getting that mirror. It's like maybe hot, cold, but one thinks the other one is doing X and reacting, and then the other one feels that way. The runner chaser is just like a label, just like the hot, cold, or the avoidant, the anxious. Like, you need to there's no one to change but self, okay? So you can, like I said, select version of Libra, look at what's being the wound and the shadow thing that's being shown to you, and change the story of self with or without this person, Libra. But it will shift. This person will shift for you. You don't need to get locked into the idea of, like, are they going to change? Okay, let's see. What does this person feel about Libra? Fed up, walking away. Well, either they feel like you've walked away, or they're sort of feeling like, you know, cutting ties. I mean, we've got, again, runner, chaser, divine timing. I don't believe in divine timing, guys, because all things exist at once. So that's also a belief. If you believe this is taking a long time, or not right now, or you both need to heal, then that is your belief, and that is what is reflected back to you. We have intimacy, passion. I did say that. Chemistry, missing you. And I said this person wants a comeback round. What else do we have? Cold shoulder, separation, distance, breakup, as I said. So there's this hot, cold kind of a thing. Make it rain. Yeah, money issues is coming in here. Manifesting abundance. So this person's working on their money, or, you know, maybe you're both working on your money. It says unexpected money, promotion, entrepreneur. So that could be one of the competing things. It also says legal matters in their favor. So legalities could be playing into this as well, right? For some of you, if marriage, divorce, or just legal matters and money matters, that could be something that's been causing, like, it's like a competing interest, or it's a burden. 10 of Wands. So this person, that could be something that is like they're releasing, or maybe they feel like that's your block and they're hoping that that's something that's being released, right? Let's see. Netflix and chill. Sneaking around, friends with benefits, spending time with someone else. There's a lot of suspicion here around outside energies as well, guys. Either this has been very non-committal, okay? And now again, Libra, if on your end you feel like this person has been just friends with benefits and not settling with you, right, and you want commitment, you can choose to say, okay, this is just an F boy or F girl and fuck that. Or you can, if the part of you that desires that, if you have a desire, then it already exists, right? All versions of everything exist at once. You can change the story and select new version. If you don't want it, also fine, Libra. This person might also feel like you're the one sneaking around, spending time with someone else. I did say that there's a lot of this suspicion and fear. Soul contract, soulmates, partnership, spiritual union, message, communication, conversation, expressing feelings. There is come back round, Libra, and this person wants to have a conversation. King and Queen of Swords. Now, guys, conversations can go in so many ways. So how can I say to you, what's the outcome? I've already given you advice on where you should go with this if you want this to be a certain type of a way. There's going to be communication, and so you decide how you want it to go. Okay, Libra? I hope that resonated for you, and if so, for those of you who did, give me a like and a comment, please. I will check in with you guys in 2 weeks' time. Lots of love.